Hello and welcome back to Grim Survival. I am Grim. Well, not really, but sometimes I am. Anyway, today is September 27th, 2019. I think it's 2019 still, right? So, what am I talking about today? News. I've been reading news. I don't know why I do it, because it really irritates me some days and it just gives me a headache, and it's usually a bunch of BS. But anyway, in the news today, and it has been for quite a while, they're talking about impeaching Trump. Yeah, well, there's a shocker, right? They're going to impeach Trump. I don't know the reasons why. I was watching Pastor Joe Fox video on Patreon this morning, and he was going into some more details about it. That, you know, if you're a Patreon of Pastor Joe at Viking Preparedness, you should definitely check out his video. But yeah, they've been trying to impeach Trump for what, 4 years now? Almost 4 years. Do you think they will succeed? Maybe. Does it matter? No. No. In my personal opinion, and yeah, this is my personal opinion, the corruption and basically the problems we have in our country haven't been caused by one person in one presidential term. It's been caused by numerous people over the course of almost 100 years or more. And one person is not going to fix it. Not a president, not an emperor. No, one person can't fix it. It's just not going to be fixed. One person can't break it any more than it's already been broken either. So you can't, all these people that say he did this and he's causing this and that and blah, blah, blah. No, it's just not. It's not possible. It's not possible. You can't just be a president and do whatever you want and cause all kinds of problems and then fix everything. It's not possible. You can't do it. So yeah, that's that. And that's what I think about it, is whatever. Now, if they do impeach him and they get rid of him, and I mean, what's going to happen then? Nothing really. I mean, nothing's really going to change. They're going to push for more, gun control, whatever. It doesn't really matter. An interesting weather. I was looking up weather because, yeah, this is what I look up weather all the time. And yeah, Montana over the weekend expecting. Last time I checked, it was 1 to 3.5 feet of snow. Now they're saying at least a foot of snow. And well, that was a few days ago. They're not really sure, but Montana, you're looking at snow. Yeah, congratulations. Earliest snowstorm we've had in quite a while in the United States. In recent memory, for me at least, I don't remember having a snowstorm in September anywhere in the United States last year, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, we're still going to be in September when the snowstorm hits over the weekend. October 1st doesn't hit us until, what is it, Tuesday? So yeah, we're in September looking at a blizzard. This is definitely unusual for how weather patterns have been lately, but normal if you look at the history of the grand solar minimum is what it's called sometimes. So yeah, it's expected. It really was. Farmers, they are harvesting. I have seen it. Well, I've seen it all week. I didn't see it last week, but I've seen it all week. Harvesting. They got their tractors out there, their combines. They're running through the fields, somewhat. Now, I've seen some odd things with that also when it comes to farmers harvesting. I've seen them harvest only parts of their field, like right in the middle. I've seen them harvest only one edge of it and then leave the rest. I'm thinking that they can't get their tractor where they haven't tried to harvest the corn yet because it's probably too wet, and then they probably sink. That's my thoughts on it. Don't quote me because I don't have any facts to support that. But that's what we were having problems with in the spring. They couldn't get their tractors or combines out in the fields because everything was too wet and they were just going to sink in the mud. So, you know, you're going to destroy your field if you try to drive over it, and then you're going to have, yeah. Anyway, point being, that's why I make the assumption that we're having the same problem here in the fall. And yeah, we're still getting quite a bit of rain, not as much as we did in the spring, obviously, but if you look, you know, Chicago weather today where I'm sitting, we're expecting quite a bit of rain. Yeah, that's the weather we're having. We're expecting colder and colder weather, and the farmers see it. And the farmers see the snowstorm hitting Montana. The farmers see the cold temperatures we're having every morning. When I walked out of my house this morning, it was 50-something degrees, hypothermic weather, right? Good thing I remembered that my jacket was in my vehicle because, yeah. But, yeah, it was cold this morning, 50 degrees when you're used to 80 degrees. It was quite chilly. Wasn't expected, let's just put it that way. Even though it has been like that off and on for probably about 2 weeks in my area. Sometimes we've got lows in the 60s, sometimes in the 50s. We haven't got down to actual 50 degrees until this morning, but yeah, it was chillier than I was expecting. Anyway, blizzards. Hurricanes. Let's talk about hurricanes. We have a Category 4 hurricane. Hurricane Lorenzo. It's the most intense hurricane that has been that far east, which, yeah, that makes like no difference whatsoever. So there's never been a hurricane of that size and that strength that far east. That's the news story. The hurricane isn't expected to go anywhere near the United States. Possibly could see landfall somewhere in the other parts of the world. We're not worried about it here. But yeah, hurricanes are still happening, and we are still seeing tropical storms in the Gulf. I believe they are drenching Texas, but you know, let me look at real quick. I got my tablet here, and I always look at the National Hurricane Center. If I can remember how to spell hurricane, you know, this tablet and its giant thing, my thumbs and little bitty hands and all this stuff, I can't get the stupid thing to type right. One day, I should have looked this up before I started the video, but hey, we're here now. So when you go to the National Hurricane Center, you get this map. I don't know if you can see it, glare. You get this map, and there's interactions on the map. You can go to Central Pacific, Eastern, Northern Pacific, Atlantic. You can look. You can click an individual spot on here that's marked, and it'll tell you some information about it. Depressions, storms, hurricanes. Right now we have Tropical Depression Karen and Hurricane Lorenzo floating out in the Atlantic, and I can tell you Eastern Pacific if this... Oh yeah, this thing doesn't work on my tablet. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, nothing going on near Hawaii that I can see. But yeah, we got two possibilities. Possibilities always look like an X there, if you can see that. The possibilities over off the western side of Mexico. So, you know, hurricanes are still floating around. Hurricane season doesn't end until November, so we technically have another month of it. It's possible that we could see another landfall in the United States. That being said, prepare. If you're not prepared, what's wrong with you? You should prepare. You should do. I wonder how many times I can say prepare before I mess it up. Anyway, so flu shots. I'm going to talk about flu shots now. I didn't say I was going to talk about flu shots in the beginning of this video, but I'm going to anyway because flu shots are funny. They are funny. I find them highly amusing. I really do. Just because my wife works and she has a job too. You know, never mind. Anyway, somebody at her job got their flu shot. They are sick. They are very sick now. They probably will be sick for the next 3 to 5 days. I mean, because that's what flu shots do. They make you sick. They give you the flu. Yeah, the flu shot actually gives you the flu. Did you not know? Okay, so let me just... A little bit of scientific fact here. Antibodies in your body. You know, when you get a inoculation or immunization or whatever they call them, when you get that shot, it forces your body to, I mean, you really do, you get the flu, you get sick. So you have the flu virus floating around in you, your body starts to produce antibodies, and you know, it fights the virus, it kicks it. I'm not a doctor or a health professional, so if I mix this up a little bit, point being, it takes 3 to 6 months for your body to produce the antibodies that you need to fight the flu after you get the flu shots. Essentially, by the time it actually works and the flu shot is effective, flu season is over. Should have got your flu shot in the spring. It'd be working now. Don't get a flu shot. I don't know if this is true or not, but I've read it several times in several different places that the flu shot kills more people than the flu every single year. And guess what? I've had the flu 3 times in my life. 3. Look at that. I can count. I can count on my fingers. 1, 2, 3. Did you know? Anyway, truck drivers. We can count sometimes. Not all of us, but most of us. Okay, sorry. Sorry, truck drivers. Anyway, point being, flu shots, they're highly amusing. Why would you go and give yourself the flu? I've had the flu 3 times, like I said, and guess what happened? I'm not dead. I had the flu for 3 days. Every time. I think it was 2 days on one of those times. And I know it was the flu because I know some flu symptoms and Google told me. But seriously, I have had the flu. It was confirmed. And, you know, what do I do let me just give you an example of what happens in my house when one of my kids sneezes. Suddenly, there is a giant bottle of gummy vitamin C things sitting on my table. I think they're 1,000 milligram vitamin C's. And we take 2 a day. That's what happens when one kid walks in and goes, vitamin C comes out. Yeah. So, natural remedies is where you should be with any kind of sickness or illness. Natural remedies. And I would encourage anybody watching this video to tell me every natural remedy that they have ever heard of. And I can tell you allergies, real tomatoes will actually clear your sinuses. Stinging nettle for pain. Stinging nettle, it causes lots of pain, but if you grind it up and ingest it, it cures pain. It makes pain go away. And unbelievable pain go away. I mean, I've had toothpicks like you would. Anyway, stinging nettle. So yeah, there's so many natural remedies, especially for things like viruses and the flu, and even bacterial infections like bronchitis and things like that. You can find natural remedies. Garlic is a natural antibiotic, just for one thing there. Garlic. Turmeric, there's so many benefits of turmeric. What is that thing that was real popular? Apple cider vinegar was real popular back in the day. Look up the effects of apple cider vinegar. It really does have some interesting effects. But the healthiest thing you could ever do is start every day with drinking a green juiced smoothie. Really, green juice, they taste nasty. Well, until you get used to them. But coffee tastes nasty until you get used to it. So does beer, for that matter, until you get used to it. It still tastes nasty. But yeah. Anyway, point being, flu shots are stupid. Don't get them. They're just stupid. It's a dumb... Why would you go and inject yourself with... I'm going to go shoot myself with a virus and see if it makes me not sick. How'd that work out for you? Seriously. Flu shots. Don't do it. It's just going to make you sick. It's not going to help you fight the flu. And it's probably going to make you... Yeah, eventually it's going to kill somebody. It does every year. It really does. I mean, you could look up how many times the flu shot has killed somebody. It really does kill people. It does. So why would you risk taking the flu shot and getting the flu when you only have, what is it, like a 20 to 30% chance of actually getting the flu? And if you're practicing proper, procedures when you're near somebody who's seemingly sick or could possibly be sick, you actually don't touch anything they do, wash your hands, carry around, antibiotic wipes if you feel the need, Lysol. You know what I do? Nothing. I do this, and I wipe it here, and I don't care. You know why? Because it builds my immunity. It does. What was George Carlin used to say? We used to swim out in the Hudson River, and it was full of, I won't repeat his words, but human waste. And you know why? Because it builds our immune system. It was funny. I thought it was funny anyway. So anyway, I got a good immune system. I really do, because I don't take antibiotics. I don't take medications. I use natural remedies for just about everything. So yeah, I encourage you, please, tell me more. I want every natural remedy. I have books on this. I could bring a book and read it to you. It'd probably be like a 4-hour video, but yeah, I have lots of them. So that's pretty much it for today. It's Friday. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm going to try to make a video this weekend. I've been intending to review my hat. I really am. I've also been intending to review the very nice gift I got of the water filter, which is the Sawyer S3. Removes viruses and chemicals and heavy metals and everything else from the water you're drinking. I can't really review it because I don't have a lab to test the water that's coming out of it, but I can give you an overview of it, and I've been intending to do that for like a month now, and I just can't seem to get around to it. And I've started shooting that video like 3 different times now over the period of a month, and yeah, it's not getting done. But I will try to, because I might have some time this weekend. Maybe. Don't count on it. Just don't count on it. I try. That's all I can tell you is I'm going to try, but 90% of the time I won't even tell you what ends up happening to me on the weekends. But it's similar to what happened to me the other day with the whole, the demonstration that I gave. If you've seen that video, thank you. Anyway, that's it for me today. Happy Friday. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Give this to somebody who just got their flu shot, because that would be entertaining. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Drive safe. Don't do anything stupid. And remember, subscribe before you die. Have a good one.